Hello, my name is James Wright, and I'll be discussing why I study security. First, a little bit about myself. My name is James Wright. I'm the other James Wright in the class. I'm 53 years old. I'm originally from Anaheim, California, and within the United States, and I currently live in Little Stukely, England. I once served as a police cadet for the city of Orange in California from 1988 or 1989 while I was still in high school. I also worked for a bunch of other odd jobs when I was growing up, but let's stick to the security related ones. After graduating high school, I then joined the U.S. Army, where I served as an intelligence analyst specializing in geospatial intelligence. My first duty assignment was Zweibrücken in Western Germany, and then in Augsburg. In the middle, we got pulled to go serve in Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm after Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait. After I left Germany, I then went to United States Central Command, where I served there in Florida for 3 years. While I was there, I served on the USS Carl Vinson in the Persian Gulf for Operation Southern Watch. I was exploiting F-14 TARPS imagery. The F-14 has since been decommissioned and is now only seen in Top Gun movies. I then got stationed in Seoul, Korea, where I worked at the USFK command there in Yongsan. And then my last duty assignment was at the National Ground Intelligence Center in Charlottesville, Virginia, where I learned in-depth intricacies of military equipment. In 1998, I got out of the Army, and then I joined the National Imagery and Mapping Agency as a civilian. Used to be known as NEMA. In 2003, NGA changed its name to the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, or NGA. While I was a civilian intelligence analyst, I served 2 deployments in Baghdad, Iraq. One where I was hunting down high-value individuals, and the second time I was there, I was training Iraqis. I also served back-to-back deployments in Afghanistan, working with task force at Bagram, and also went to Kabul, where I worked with the NATO SOF task force. In 2017, I was deployed to Kuwait for Operation Inherent Resolve, where we did counter ISIS operations. Currently, I live in England, where I work for the United States European Command, where I'm working the current conflict in Russia and Ukraine. While I was here, I completed my education and completed my bachelor's degree in national security. Along the way in the military, I attended colleges, and it took me 8 different colleges and about 30 years to finish my degree. King's College is going to be my 9th college that I've attended, and hopefully my last one. Who or what needs security? The easy answer would be that everyone needs security. Actually, the answer is multi-layered or tiered. First is the globe, or global security. That's why we're here. This is literally everything all together to support the globe as a holistic item. Second would be the environment, which is also a form of global security, but concentrates on like climate change and overfishing and other things that could affect the environment. As a lot of us that are former military or working for our governments, there's the state or national security. This is probably what most people think of when they think of security. Next, like when I used to work for the police department, or communities or neighborhoods. This is where you have your local law enforcement that helps protect and provide security for neighborhoods and communities. Next, there's economic trade and agreements between different countries to allow each to prosper. Now, in this age, there is information and network security, where we have to provide security so that cyber hackers do not infiltrate our systems, divert our resources, shut down our networks, and steal money. And last is personal security, and this would be something as simple as providing shelter and individual security for individuals. The lock on your door, everything that you have that provides you security for you and the smallest family unit. How can this security be secured? That's a good question. First, that we're most familiar is military and defensive measures. Hopefully this is the last decision when diplomacy fails, which is the next thing, but hopefully this is not the first thing. But sometimes when one country invades another, the military option is the only thing that is left. The next would be diplomacy and statesmanship. This is the ability for other governments to come together to agree on common ground and to reach agreements so that we don't go to war and that we do forge relationships and bonds and the peace is preserved. Next is economic measures. This is achieved through different organizations like NAFTA or the European Union. These are different countries that have come together to create free trade zones so that they can trade, and it can provide a positive for each country that is involved. Next is cyber and information security. Cyber warfare has become a top thing, and it is important for us to delve into cybersecurity and to secure our networks so that we don't have strange hooded figures hacking into our networks and causing chaos and shutting down systems and shutting down power, shutting down nuclear reactors. It's really scary, but one of the biggest things is them just stealing money, but the amount of money we're talking about is huge and stuff that could actually bankrupt countries or companies. Next is environmental security, and this isn't just lip service or actually creating laws, but actually enforcement, going out there stopping poachers, going out there enforcing carbon taxes, and out there ensuring that the countries aren't polluting or dumping things into the water, that they're not doing illegal whaling, things like that. These are things that are very important for providing the protection to the planet in which we live in. Next would be the rule of law or law enforcement. This is why we have courts to enforce all of these security measures. Without courts and people being held liable, then chaos would run amok. Next would be humanitarian assistance. This is for countries that are devastated by earthquakes and natural disasters. This is important for other countries to come together to provide this assistance for one another, regardless of our problems that we have with each nation state. And last, what we learned with this last pandemic is public health and international health cooperation. It is very important that we all come together to stop the next pandemic like COVID-19. This was a global problem, and we have elements like the World Health Organization to bring doctors together to provide solutions to protect the population of this planet. And last, and bonus, is education. It's why we're here. I think that the more that we study security, the more that we can learn about it. And as we go to our diverse locations and our awesome jobs that so many of us have all over the world, we can take this information and we can make all of our elements of our home countries or whatever stronger and better informed about security. And this concludes my briefing.